Alright, is this thing on? What's up? This is Dave, and I'm doing my long-belated Groundhog Day Resolutions review for September 9. It's like, I guess we're already September 10. Sunday 1 a.m. here in New Hampshire. And,
is this thing on?
let me turn this down.
What's up? This is Dave, and I'm doing my long...
It looks like the sound is working, that's good. Anyway, what was I talking about? The Groundhog Day Resolution review is a look at how well I'm doing on my strategic goals for the year, which I set on February 2nd, Groundhog Day, as opposed to doing them on January 1st, on New Year's Day, because I'm not in any shape to make any decisions on January 1st. It takes me like about at least a month to kind of get everything closed out from the previous year and get my head straight and recover from all the holiday stuff before I can actually make any plans. So after February 2nd, on March 3rd is the first review, and then April 4th, and then May 5th, and you can see the pattern that's here. So I'm about to do the September 9 one, and you're welcome to watch along. Watch along on this. This might be an interesting process to share with people who are also doing the Groundhog Day resolutions. There's a few people who do these. Let me switch to my screen here. And this is last month's review. And let me see what I was saying. Oh, actually, let's not do that yet. Let's, I had made a duplicate of this into this new note, and I'm just going to start from scratch. I guess the first thing to do would maybe just to see what the work-wise what did I get done. Work accomplishments. There's a couple places I can look for this. I can look in, well, I can look at my timesheets. Let's see. August 8th was when I last did it, and then since then, remote video sync with turn video. Really, I haven't gotten a lot done. Seems like video player research, start session trigger, fix menu drop down, ask sender, debug server. Yeah, it's all been HTML5, very, very tedious HTML5 video rewriting. HTML5 video server reworking. Very slow going and mind-numbing. You know, so one of the goals I want to actually do is like close it off this month. In the next couple of weeks, if I can close this off, then I'll feel good, and I can move on to other things, because this has just been taking way too long. It's kind of irritating. What else has happened though? Let me take a look at. Let's see. That's my. I guess I don't need this anymore. Let me close this. I guess I could look at my calendar. I'll look at my calendar on my iPad. So I don't really want to share that with everybody. Let me split this view. And grab my iPad over here. Ugh. It's kind of dark in here. Let's see. So here's my look at the iPad. Got some spam. It's already irritating me. So I'm looking at my calendar just to get a sense of what happened last month. Go to calendar, and let me go back to. This is a terrible view. So, I guess get more compact view out of this month. All right, so now I'm looking at the month view over here. Now the cat has gone away because he's irritated. And what did we have? And this is September, August. Oil changes. Okay, I can just start running these things down. So, actually, it's nice that I actually have the iPad here. So I'm looking at the iPad down here in the corner, and then I'm going to pull up the screen, plus aux, and it's going to pull up my Quiver app again. And then over here, Calendar notes. I'm just gonna know what happened. So on August 9, got the oil changed. Change in car. Test drove a TDI, a GTI. All right, Eric's on. Eric visit. Joanne visit. Kate Dutton visit. What's this meet and greet thing? Oh, new primary care physician. Inspection call. Heater inspection. Oh, I got the water heater replaced. Heater replaced and inspected by city. Did I go to this game night thing? Is that the first one I went to? No, I don't think so. No, it's not. I didn't go to that one. New PCP, get testing or physical. A little bit overdue. Then there was like the piano karaoke. So not a lot on the calendar itself. Okay, so now let me review Facebook for the month. Now again, I'll do this on this thing. Because you don't need to see all that private stuff. But generally, what I'm trying to do here is just try to remember what happened by looking at likely places that I posted stuff, and from this I can reconstruct what I did. So I guess I need to go to, how do I see myself? Okay. Is there a way of getting a condensed view of this, or do I just need to scroll back? Oh, this is Harvey design. Okay, there's just a bunch of stuff that I guess some notable pop cultural stuff would be in here. So let me see. So some notable culture stuff would be I said piano karaoke, study buddy, reach out, Taiwan design news link, Jaguar E-Type electric, the adorkable misogyny of the Big Bang Theory. That was an interesting article. Documentary on demo scene. New knower. Oh, that's right, the Atkins diet stuff. Real-time face tracking. Solution to the Voinovich manuscript found. Not by me, but there was that eclipse thing. Oh, yeah. Dried out the basement after flooding. There was like a new Chinese restaurant, Sun Shui in Bedford, which was actually pretty good. What is this? 2 new photos. Oh, I set up new this MIDI controller for OBS. That was pretty cool. Oh, I also got a Model 33 teletype. And then And that's it for August 9. There's this news about okay, diet. When did I start the diet? Atkins induction. And it's been 3 weeks. This is the end of the 3rd week, so I must have started that then on what day? Now looking at my calendar again. So if today is the 7th, I started this on the 21st? Yeah. 21st. Yep. Start August 21st. That was a Monday. 3 weeks. I started at 217 pounds. 3 weeks down to about 210 pounds. Or 207 pounds, actually. It's like, so it's been a steady weight loss, not tremendously long. Not a tremendous amount. Some people say, like, I lost 15 pounds in my first week, but I'm apparently not doing that. But one of the other things, too, was just learning how to cook. Week 1 was just figuring out the diet, so it really wasn't optimal. But I have been cooking a lot more vegetables from scratch, so my cooking skills are coming back. You know, particularly for making stir fries, and I'm not missing the sugar as much as I thought I might have. And the cat is here. Hey, kitty. Let me turn on some lights in here. It's a little better. Well, the cat is a little bit more higher resolution. So where else can I look now? What do you want? What do you want? You just want purrings? Really? You want purrings? You gotta go over here, though. Let's see. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those days. Here, come here. Sit right here. You can at least type around you. Right. Now let me put on my computer glasses. Oh, it's something I can see. So anyway, we're still doing the Groundhog Day Resolution review. I'm just gathering all the bits of data from the past 4 or 5 weeks. This is a long August, actually. And so I can reconstruct what actually happened. And what I'm doing is going through my calendar and going through what Facebook's posts I made. Looking at my work timesheets. You know, I think maybe this is why I haven't felt I've been doing much. I mean, it's all been this stuff. Let me see. Yeah, another place I could look is actually my Amazon. See what stuff I bought. Just checking the. All right, so I'm going to check on this other mod over here. I'm going to look over at my Amazon orders. I kind of ordered a lot of stuff I didn't need this past month because I've been kind of down. So let's see what's. Yeah, this is kind of an embarrassing amount of stuff. September. Oh, weird. Where's my order? Good Lord, how much stuff did I order? Oh, I completely forgot about that. Okay, so on the Amazon order front, we have what did I get? I got moth repellent, camphor wood. I got bluegrass soy sauce, 2-pack, 100 ml. This is like an artisan soy sauce that's brewed in Kentucky, in old bourbon barrels. I got a Space Saver premium vacuum bags, which were I have a bunch of old clothes that I need to compress down. I got a Westworld Mind t-shirt, Westworld Maze t-shirt, Westerworld. I got some nano towels. It's like a 4-pack or 4-count for wiping the kitchen. These are like these kind of towels that are made with some sort of super absorbent weave, and it's supposed to clean up without using chemicals. And they actually are pretty nice towels. I don't know how long they'll last. So they've replaced all my dish towels with them. I got a Wacom Intuos Comic Pen Plus Touch small tablet, which is over here. So if I wanted to try some alternative input methods, you know, plus the wireless kit. Oops, what happened here? What else? I spelled Intuos wrong. Intui. Into us. And my cat has moved away. I tried out several iPhone car mounts. I got a refill of Harney & Sons Hot Cinnamon Spice, which is amazing tea. I actually have a mug of it here, a double mug. You would swear there was sugar in this, but there isn't. That's just like sweet with cinnamon. And because there's no sugar in it, it's totally okay for my diet. And I also got the Sennheiser Game 1 gaming headset and stand, which is over there. It's a really nice looking thing. I'll look over one of those with the next What's Up Dave. I got the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy Complete Radio Series. And I got a lot of stuff. It like comes and goes in binges. I got like some audio interface. Did a pre-order of the visual history of type. I got a silver, or I got a steel T-bill. This is because, like, in the virtual co-working chat room, like, someone did something cool, and like I wanted to ring a bell, so I got this. The cat didn't like that. I just wanted one. I got a new architect lamp, a BYB E430 metal architect. Swing lamp. It says it is up at here. It's actually, I can't move this camera. No. Let me pull this down. Why is it so high? So it's over there, if you can see that. That's nice. Let's move this back down to here. And I go back to the screen mode. What else did I get? I got some stationery storing, some document storage boxes. I got some refrigerator organizers. Just so I can, I'm buying so many more vegetables now that I actually have trouble keeping them all straight. I got some camping stools for when I go to this group meeting, which they always run out of chairs. I can bring my own chairs now. And then outside of Amazon, there was a few orders. One of them was this is a VacMaster 112S chamber vacuum sealer. And that was the most hefty purchase this month. It's normally these things are about like $690, $700, but lately the prices dropped a lot, and so now I got this one for like $450 with free shipping. This will allow me to save a lot of the food that I've been making, and then do sous vide and stuff like this. And I think I can maybe use it to replace all the Tupperware that takes up this huge part of my kitchen, just this big mound of it. So I could put the huge vacuum sealer there in place, and then have a lot more utility instead of having this kind of inefficient use of Tupperware. I don't even use all of them, so it's I haven't even unpacked it, so I need to clean out the kitchen to find that place for it. What else is in here? I think that's all the orders. Was there anything else that I ordered from? Oh, my mouse. Every once in a while it loses the connection. Puts the mouse all the way back on the left side. I'm looking at my mail now on the other monitor and just scanning the past month for things. I ordered an Atkins 1 week supply of their pre-made food, just to see what it was like. You know, there's things like snacks and stuff like that, like in there. I thought it would be a useful supplement for, if I didn't feel like cooking, I could like pop one of these things in the microwave. So far, I felt like cooking, but you know, that hasn't been a big issue. Let's see, looking back. Oh, I got, there was a book from the Chicago Architecture Foundation. What was the name of that book? It was called No Small Plans. It was an interesting experiment in using graphic novels for civics education in schools. So I thought was a cool idea. Checking in. Testing. What else? Liberty Utilities. It was not a whole lot. I don't see anything really here that's. There's a VW service. Yeah, nothing going on in the email, but there were a few Steam purchases though. You see the updates. Or would it be promotions? Oh, I subscribed to The Atlantic. To The Atlantic. I think that was last month. Coffee throw backward fence, The Atlantic, mixed messages, NaNoWriMo. NaNoWriMo is coming up. I ordered some. Where is it? Where do orders show up in this sorted view? Some Steam purchases. So I ordered Nier Automata. The PC, the PC port of that game. I don't have a console system. Let me type in order. Oh, I did the did restock of ETP 8511 notebooks. this is, I just want to see my invoices, but I can't find them here. Payments, Steam support. Amazon order. Oh, I should check, I wonder if the Way Tools guys are anywhere close to shipping anything. Looks like no updates. No updates, so is that everything I can think of that happened last month? Now let's go back to test. Let me check something here. Go to his, pull this down, open that, clear all this. So I'll go back here. So I'm going to type in notes in there. So now I'm going to go to the chat room and look in the accountability channel and just check back. How long did I was for a while keeping track of what I was getting done in here. So this is what date? Can't actually, it doesn't actually tell me what the dates are. That's not very cool. August 20. August 17. I guess I was doing this for a while, huh? August 11. August 8. So, yeah, okay, I was doing this. So this is a description of what I was doing. Looks like people stopped using this. Oil change, test J, friend available for lunch, Thursday plans. Oh, I've been doing cardio all this time too. Diet and health. Again, this induction. Down to 207 today. Maintaining cardio habit, 3 a week, 30 minimum. I'm saying I've seen about maybe 15% increase in my cardiovascular endurance, which is significant. Cardiovascular. I guess also related is other pop cultural things. I've been trying the kind of a personal expression goal or experiments. What just happened here? Experiments. Trying out different color nail polishes. Seeing if anyone asks, if anyone notices and says anything. And the surprising thing is no one is. It's, I guess it's not, it's, I always thought it would be like, you know, people would give me a hard time or ask me, what's wrong, what are you doing, are you alright, or, you know, that, or, but no one, I guess it's just not all that weird. I mean, people have crazy tattoos and shaved heads and wear flamboyant clothing or weird costumes, and so a few painted nails is like nothing. That's an interesting reminder saying like, there's not, I can probably get away with more than I think. And just if I just carry myself with confidence, it's okay. When someone gives me a hard time about it, it's probably going to be about something else, like being Asian or something like that. But I think most of the time they're not going to, people won't say anything, which is bizarre to me. But I mean, let me go back to this. I'm just going to scan down here. Waze. I started using Waze. Compressed air new suitcases. Label the nano key, lower the temp, model to ASR, key script. Oh, I tried a new shawarma place. And ordered a cat lunchbox. That's notable. New shawarma. Near mall. Cat lunchbox storing Korean skincare supplies. Reroute USB cabling with alternate mount. What was that? What USB cabling? I recall doing that. That was in August? WordPost dumper plugin. I forgot about that. WordPress dumper plugin. I should look back in my maybe my work log in the online. Okay. Vacuum bags, Patreon posts, possible new PCP, gather bills. Oh, like so Q-tips. What's up day, lunchbox, clothing storage, tax obligations. Channel 5 video elements. Cardio, water heater, stuff and call. What date is this? That's August 16th still. I guess I've also been working on one of the mental executive models. Modes 1 through 7 or 8 right now. Oops. Let's see. That was a big work day apparently. What day is this? This is August 18th. Video playback. Paid property taxes. 20th. I think I missed one. Meat and smoker. I've been doing a lot of meat smoking. August 21, Monday. Virtual co-playing session. What was that? I was working on. Oh, that's right. I also did a worked on a diagram system for video stuff. The 22nd. Website sunk. Advisory call with friend. Clean up the smoker through just library, chore center. Alright, I made the chore center. Made chore center. That was the nail. Clipboard. No, double chamber board. I bought some Udemy courses, forgot about that. Bought Udemy courses on sale for singing, sound engineering, Unity game development. I also experimented with crispy chicken skin techniques. Tried to resolve my sketch license. I'd actually never heard back from them, did I? sketch app. It looks like I had to follow up on that. I did try out Affinity Designer. Looked at the pop-up art. Oh yeah, yeah. Bought new clock for house. Several new lampers. Those are house improvements. Visited Mexican Metro for the first time. Visited alternative supermarkets for better pork selection. Checked out the farmers market several times. And then let's see. There's several updated personal journals of things. Approved quotes, send to files, return packages, car insurance check-in, gym. Shares web comics. Oh, I tried out Destiny 2 beta. Destiny 2 beta. I'm not thinking I'm getting it. Scheduled a dermatologist visit. I haven't seen the dermatologist. Did accounting. Let's see. Financials. Blood work. So this is when I think my schedule started falling apart. This is doctor visits and visiting, doing these errands for health-related things. I did update all the light bulbs in my house, or updated bathroom lighting to brighter LEDs. I did buy a new craft lamp. With lots of light on sale. It's like over 50% off. Right, I updated to Mac Office 2016. Oh, I've been straightening out the basement too. Slowly straightening out basement. It's interesting, like how much stuff I've forgotten I've done. Hard disk optimization. I've been working on making diet resource references. Did some drive optimization. September 5th, we're getting toward the end of this. I think that's about it, not a whole lot. Okay, I think that's it. So that seems to be everything that I can think of that got done. So let's see. So this it took us 45 minutes to get to this point. So about 40 minutes to just go through what I did last month. checking various things online. I guess I should check my Instagram too. Let's see. So Instagram. This is where I post pictures of things. Backmaster, cooking. Yeah, this not very many things. This is a beet chip, looks terrible. So, nothing to report there. Are there any other places? I guess I could see what I tweeted on Twitter. Stuff for sale. That's interesting. Ikigai. Oh, I was thinking of getting a steel case. How to celebrate my 50th birthday. Steel case gesture chair. What is this? That was just funny. Fade designer. Maybe more like that. Tried out Affinity Designer, which looks like it might be worthwhile for a buy. Some ideas about a not everyday carry kit. Design and vulnerability. It seemed like it was an important thing. And it's just things I talked about. Okay, so it's not a whole lot of things. It looks like there was a commitment. Desire to improve writing, desire to make the new website a kind of public research notebook. Okay. Which suggests there might be another place where I should look, which is in link dump. What things did I post here? Dave say. And link dump. Now, what if I can do that? I wish I could filter this. Oh, I guess it is filtered. I need to find this cat thing. Chat, Lyceum, chat, link dump. This is not showing me. Is that not my nickname? Maybe not. Dave say. And this search is not really helping me. I guess I might have to look at this manually. Oh, here's August 8 at least. Discussions of Tools of the Titans. I don't think I really need to look at this. Oh, that's right. Second Life has their Project Sansar stuff coming out, and I forgot about that. there's a lot of stuff that I've done. I'm not going to look for all of it. Different traits. Yeah, I've been busy, and I think the to present. All right. So about 45 minutes in the review, and now I'm going to look at the list of stuff that I made, and try to come to some kind of conclusion about it. So let me go up here and let me grab those notes I took, and I'll put that into my Quiver app. Experiences. I guess these come under that. Let's see, selected writings, projects, sure. Try the affinity there. I think it's a affinity designer and Destiny. I had that listed twice. Those are experiences. Chores. Future stuff. Chores. Household improvements. Chores. Oops. I keep hitting the phone fucking key. Some of these are household improvements. Some of these are experiences. That's an experience. That's an experience. Well, maybe not. Let's call this list acquisitions. Maybe I'm living off a big thing off of here, but it's something I need to talk to my sister about first before I mention it to people. So I'm just kind of blocked on that. Restock. It's more of a business chore. This is like chores, or this is an experience actually. Test driving the GTI. This is a health thing. Or a chore thing maybe. Let's put this up here. experiences, sector, future stuff. This is experience. Season start. Visiting friends, I think, counts as experiences. These interest things. These are experiences. Or these are also projects. I didn't really see anything with the eclipse, so I gotta put it here. Tried out in basement after. This is an experience. I should put that above acquisitions. These are just newsy. This is I would say this is an experience. It's an experience I'm trying to make happen. Real-time phase, setup. These are, I think, experiences or thoughts. So the thing should go down here, acquisitions. So okay, this is roughly now in order of importance. Or order, like the large parts, like what's important to me, what's not. So now let's see what I wrote before. So again, I'm doing the my Groundhog Day Resolutions review. I've just finished the data gathering portion. It's taken about 50 minutes. What I want to do now is review what I wrote last month and see what I was saying. I have the notes here in the document thing, but what I think I want to do is just go to the actual, see what I actually wrote as the final draft, because I'm not sure if that one, oops, if that is the really the same thing. Wouldn't write anything else. All right. Last month, I was very bored with my goals and temporarily dropped them. Curious why I was feeling such bored. I'm going to find all these typos in this. I reviewed my current goals by drawing 2 maps of what I thought my life looked like, compared to the old map I drawn in 2009. So I had 2 takeaways. Disconnected from people. And I want to try a different style of, well, that was last month, of productivity approach. So it's been 2 months of this. Looking at this. This is the second month of gathering style productivity. I was disconnected with people. It's kind of a feeling of nihilism. And then what happened in July? Oh, that's right, Kate passed away. I guess I've been going to the gym for like 8 or 9 weeks now. I started seeing a therapist. Was that in July? I thought that was much earlier than that. So I was pretty depressed last month. I was depressed and trying to get out of a slump. Dig my way out of a slump. That's right. The project work has been like, you know, just really kind of dull. You know, it's meticulous work that's, once it works, it'll be great, but it's, you know, not not particularly easy, and a lot of workarounds I have to deal with. And this comes down to these goals. Screw this down again. Oh wait, no. These are the two directives. Revive my ability to share my thoughts freely on the web platform. That's where I'm feeling blocked. Have the conviction to express who I am, what I like, and why. Action item, organically rebuild. This is a pretty short article. So, okay. Let me put this in the quiver now. Those are all the rough notes. Let's make a new thing. How did the month go last month? Felt disconnected with people. Felt disconnected from goals. Was depressed. Added 2 new directives. And the existing it was a gathering style. Wanted to try a gathering style productivity. I think what ended up happening with this is I actually just dropped productivity entirely. I was I was just not having any of it. Lists and being efficient and blah. Who wants to do that? I just didn't care anymore. So let me just talk this out a bit. So given, turn this down. All right, so what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to figure out how to describe how I'm feeling. I'm bothered by something, and I'm not motivated. Like it's taking a lot of energy and effort to just even like start working on projects. Because all the projects seem equally dumb. I think that's the way. That's how my emotional reaction is to them now. And I don't like doing things that are dumb. I mean, they're all necessary, but there's this part of me, this anti-authoritarian, like contrary part that says that's dumb. I don't want to do that. It's like a little kid that's going, man, I don't want to do that. It's stupid. And the little kid is right. A lot of this stuff is kind of, in the grand scheme of things, isn't very meaningful. Not to me anyway. And I think the reason why they've lost their meaning is because there is no strong connection with them. There's no people connection, which ties into the problem. The issue with so I'm just writing this down again. The issue with the source of my ennui is the lack of strong partnership in my current work. And like the software work I'm doing right now, I'm the only one who can work on it. You can't even tell and talk to anyone else on the team about it because no one else knows how it works. So I'm just kind of stuck here by myself working on it, and it's incredibly tedious. Even if I do get something working and tell someone, it's like they have no idea what I'm talking about. They know that they want it, and so they're ready to see it when it's done. It's not particularly motivating. I think the thing that's driving me toward this is that, I kind of want to clean up this part of the system. Yeah, it doesn't feel like I really, it's like, yeah, just get it done and then move on to other things. There's no sense of mission. It's kind of an arbitrary, no, there is a deadline. But I don't even hear about that. We don't talk about it. It's assumed I know what the deadline is and I'm working toward it. But I'm missing the, Alright, I'm sorry, like, it looks like, I just replaced these batteries, but these usually last for 4 hours. And apparently they just ran out of juice. I guess I haven't heard myself echoed in a while, so I had to repeat all that stuff I was just saying. So strange. Alright, so now the other one's back. I could probably cut out this other microphone. Alright, sorry about that. I wish there was some way of, if OBS would warn me when there was no audio input detected. Let me plug this back in. So as I was saying, I was looking through this list over here again, and I was talking about what the point of gathering style productivity is. The point is to, well, the point, let me rewrite this. What I was saying was that I have been pursuing my strategic distance goals for so long that they've lost their luster. And I could revamp, I could redirect, I could reorient, or reorient, or choose new strategic goals, which is something I talked about a few months ago. But they're all kind of arbitrary feeling and dumb. Or maybe not dumb, it's that they're all equally unmotivating. They're all equally unmotivating because they all seem to have like a distance benefit or a questionable benefit. You know, so for example, making more products means increasing like the product line, which would be good for having more income, which means I wouldn't have to do more contract work, and I would be free. That's the goal, one general goal, and it makes sense, but it's boring as hell. And it shouldn't be. That's the crazy thing. It shouldn't be boring as hell. It should be interesting, but it could be that I'm doing it wrong. I think it's because I'm not allowing myself to have fun, to indulge my curiosity. Even in the face of challenge and, I'm going to say stupidity and stupid systems that are in the way. I mean, much of the world is full of stupid systems. Systems that just happen to be there, they make no sense. Someone just made it that way, and what you need to do is you just have to learn a bunch of arbitrary shit to make it work. And, you know, I have a bad attitude toward it, but I shouldn't have that bad attitude. I should be able to just take a breath. Let me say, I will accept the world as it is and not judge it as I deal with it. I am like water. I am a leaf on the wind. That said, I will also use that as an opportunity to find improvements that have value, because that's something I'm interested in. So I think this is a key. That's a key insight. But anyway, that said, or also, let's say, gathering style productivity works by turning off or de-emphasizing traditional goals and time management, and instead fully indulges the creative impulse to explore. The trick is to harvest, I should say, harvest the results of that curiosity-seeking impulse as saleable goods for a market. I think this is where the ability to share thoughts on a web platform comes in. The blog is the machinery / farm stand that makes this possible. Alright, so what else do I think about this? Oh, there's a few other things on confidence. The nail polish. Experiment taught me that people don't really see, people don't care, or don't go out of their way to express their judgment of you as much as I expected or feared. I mean, so like, like these nails. In fact, I liked having this little, I wouldn't even say it's subversive, this little bit of personal expression. It felt daring to me, and it felt like I was showing a part of myself that was suppressed out of fear, well, I've never thought of wearing nail polish before. I don't have enough hair to do something cool with anymore. So like I've always wanted to have like really cool blue hair. But actually, I wanted to have that after my hair went away. So, short of getting some kind of wig, like it occurred to me, like maybe I can make it blue, paint one nail blue or something like that. And that would be the sort of thing. So I'm learning that. I can get away with a lot more. I can get away with more expression than I thought. So why not continue to push it? And then there's on leadership. Just going up above. While I desire camaraderie on my journey to find my vocation, calling, mission, it may be the truth of the matter is that this is the so like I'm trying to do all these things, and it'd be nice if there are other people who wanted to do these things with me, like entrepreneurially, creatively, but if you're pursuing your own goals, you really are the de facto leader of that initiative. I mean, maybe this is obvious to other people, but I think in some cases people look for affirmation from other people, like this is the right thing to do, or they look for a recipe to follow. that guarantees it's the right thing to do in some way. Or you expect your friends to get or support you, or you're hoping that someone else will shoulder the burden with you. But it's taking a page out of that saying that leadership is a lonely place. Self-leadership, self-direction is a lonely place too. So that self-directed action for one's own benefit is a lonely journey for the most part. And I should accept this until I am proven wrong. I think I've been letting this lack of camaraderie depress me for quite a while. So this is, I think by accepting it, it's a better way of just saying, well, screw people, they suck. But I have to own and take this responsibility. And like this, whenever I find someone else who's doing something like this, we can share stuff. We can put our packs down, and when we set up the camp for the night, and we'll tell some stories about our journeys, and the next day we go on our own way. Unless it turns out we're going in the same direction. But you have to be doing that journey in the first place to even be in the position of finding somebody with that same direction, that same drive, that compatibility of prioritization, self-prioritization. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say. But yeah. So that's something. Let's call this a self-leadership. I am my own counsel, let's say. On conviction, with leadership must come some kind of conviction that what you are doing is the right thing to do. It may not be right thing to do for all time, which I think Fluxus said in the chat room, or maybe it was Bill. And this is something that Musashi says in his, I think it was his fake biography, or Musashi says something like, in the moment of making a decision, always make the best decision you can. I think that's from Musashi. But make the best decision you can. And even if it turns out to be the wrong decision in hindsight, there's no reason to feel bad about it or guilty. You made the best decision you could. And that's all conviction is, I think. It's not about being right. It's about doing the right action for the time. As action. It's not about future judgment. So accepting that. So I think I'm kind of rebuilding up my sense of, rebuilding my autonomy out of this. You can't start this kind of journey, or you can't be on this kind of journey if you're looking for other people to journey with, I think. That's a different kind of journey. That's going on a tour. Or you're going on an expedition. I am not leading an expedition. Although I wonder if that's a mistake. I am leading an exploration. Kind of like the, I don't know, the people looking for wealth, for personal wealth, actualization and wealth. That is enough for me to have a pleasant, secure existence where I can play host to my friends and support them in their work as well. In any way that seems right. So maybe this is what it feels like I'm doing. So what I'm wondering is if the maybe I should convert to as an expedition, which I'm trying to achieve certain things. However, there may be some sub-expeditions that I want to engage in. These are the gathering. These are make building, the gathering style productivity system, and the website. That's really what it is. It's also finishing the video server work quickly, independently, without expectation of help, camaraderie, you'll say, to drive it. It's just not there. And we're spread thin, as everyone's really busy. We can adjust this in the next one, I think. I had to find it in other places. I need to run independent and find my own amusement. And I think that's just the way it has to be. So have I adjusted, have I justified, I'm just looking at the screen here. Let me look at the, where's the split screen? So I'm looking at the screen. It looks like this is cropped. Yeah, it is. So looking at this, what am I trying to say? It's weird having the second. So I did get a bunch of stuff done. This is what I was thinking I got done, but there's like how many extra lines of stuff that happened. And these are all good things. I've had a rich month of exploration. Let me add that to the end. Spent part 1. I only remember the frustration of working solo on a boring subsystem that I am trying to make as good as possible. However, I actually did explore a lot of interesting products, software, articles, and new experiences to keep me going. I felt guilt at enjoying these instead of finishing the boring system. But you know what? This might be an acceptable light balance. Why not? You know, I'm not... I was thinking that I wasn't working a 40-hour work week for the boring subsystem, but I freelance. But the overall work of having these experiences is part of my general way of life. and it's productive because I'm constantly learning and refining my understanding of technique. I mean, it's not directed in the sense simply I am always building up my knowledge, and maybe that's the job. In fact, the website presence and design work benefits from my increasing knowledge because it allows me to engage and remix knowledge in ways that are appealing to other people. Okay, so what other assessments can we make? So knowing this, that I actually am doing quite a lot, albeit not on the main projects that I perceive as frustrating bottlenecks. What can I adjust? Be confident, have conviction, and accept the loneliness of leadership with regards to my own enterprise, in dealing with other people on the same or who are building themselves into or building new capabilities. Leadership changes to with respect or based on the context. Two-person direction. I don't need to take the leadership position, but I can offer leadership and direction or I can offer my own for own initiatives and see who follows. It's not a matter of having control. It's a matter of being able to communicate my initiatives in a way that mutual benefit is clear. And provide a model of competence and responsibility as a baseline for the relationship. Competence, transparency, honesty, and gonna say intentional. Alright, so I'm feeling a little bit better. So the conviction, gathering style productivity, so I think the immediate goals: finish the video server work as soon as possible. You can wait on the other stuff. Then get the new website working. This is a matter of small steps, and I can totally do it. I can gain camaraderie the way I always have, through sharing what I'm doing, like what I'm doing now, rather than looking for willing collaborators. By sharing, I'm more likely to find them, but I have to share first, so people even know what I'm doing. That's the basis of my productivity system. I like that, setting value in a productivity system. All right, so how long has this been? It's been 90 minutes. 90 minutes and have done a rough analysis of the breakdown. Let's see, is it time to take a break? Could use some more tea. Let me make some tea here. Oh, this isn't working. That's weird. Did I not save it? Let's see, this is working, that's working. There's something weird about it. The slate isn't working. That's odd. Something weird. So this is, I'll be back in a moment. I'm just going to refill this with tea. You'll still be able to hear me speaking. Let me tell you, I just watched the cat. Be right back. Be right back. Be right back. I'm getting some tea. So I guess while I'm getting some tea, I can think about what I'm doing next. So the next step is to turn that set of notes into a narrative. Something that's readable. I've just written the analysis part down. So having written the analysis part down, I've written the analysis part down, and what am I doing? I'm trying to get the light to match. It's very blue here. My nose itches. Well, alright, I'm finding myself stuck trying to figure out what to write. So the solution to that is just to start writing something. Alright, so let's make a new thing. And let me switch the screen here. So what I'm doing is writing up our blog post itself. So let me just write an outline. What's a good way of starting? You know, like Lois is. It's time for another Groundhog Day Resolutions. As I've described, the yearly strategic goal system that I have been using for the past, I've been 10 years. It's a lot like New Year's resolution. Except I start them on February 2nd. And because I'm in no shape to make any promises on January 1st. I then review my progress every month on March 3rd, April 4, May 5. You see the pattern. It ends on 12/12, just in time for the holiday madness to just before the holiday madness really begins. What's going on with this? So I need a link to yearly strategic goal system. So here's where I'm going to put the outline now. This is switchy. Let's go back. Well, let's go back. Let me see if I can just synthesize this out loud. So, I was feeling down. I was having an existentialist, not exactly a crisis. I was feeling really depressed. I was feeling unmotivated and sluggish. I did a review of what happened last month, what I did last month. Oh, I should say, I have been feeling trapped by long-standing projects that never seem to finish. Since progress has been slow, very slow on work-related, or project-related, or billable project, it feels like nothing is getting done, and life is bland. However, I did a review on what I did last month, and there were quite a few interesting things I did do. that I'd forgotten. I think I discounted them because they were not related to getting the big projects done. And I felt them looming over me. So what am I saying? So I've been doing all this stuff. I've had a number of insights. They're thinking about it. Well, I've had a number of things. Let me see. This month was feeling similar to last month's assessment. I had to recap my goals and directions. And what was the recap? I had 2 of them. Those things are super depressed last one. So last month, or I said, so last month I went, I was depressed. Also disconnected to my strategic goals. Disconnected to, disconnected from. I had prescribed 2 courses of action. That I thought might help release or help get me feeling better, get me kick me out of my rut. And those were 1, reviving two important projects. Let me explain the context of those 2 statements. The first one is a reaction addresses a feeling that I've lost the ability, desire to write publicly. But, and this is bad because my public writing is the conduit, is the vessel that makes new connections with people possible. The second directive The second directive is about as a reminder to share more of my self with potential contexts, because it's those things about me that form the basis of a more unusual things about me that form the basis of a equally powerful, of an interesting relationship. Not the generic mainstream ones. I aspire to be a little more weird, outwardly creative, and also a beacon of positivity and the first statement addresses my feeling of a lost ability and which is bad. For new connections with people. The second directive is a reminder the second directive directs, or the second directive is about draws on the belief that, on the realization that it's the unusual things about me that form not generic. Not surface similarities. And also a positive minded beacon of so I've been feeling on the last month, so discover people and also this has continued for September or August. In August, I have prescribed the two important directives that I thought might help kick me out of my rut. Hmm. So what happened in August? Mostly a lot more feeling trapped with the accompanying depression and it has been very difficult to self-motivate, managing an average of around 10 hours a week of billable work, which is actually an acceptable pace. This is actually an acceptable pace for me, since my expenses are fairly low. But it was hard to shake the guilt that knowing that other people are working far longer and getting more done felt easy, but tried not to tried not to incriminate myself by comparing my life to others. I don't think there's much to be gained from such a comparison, though it's it's not surprising that I still do, since I was feeling a lack of interest in my own projects and strategic goals and long-term strategic goals, looking at how other people are doing their thing is like, hey sweetie, is like peeking at another. It's hard to suppress. For hints about how to do it right, it's hard to press. Well, so what happened in August? Mostly a lot more feeling trapped. Mostly I felt trapped by never-ending projects and long lists of chores. It's been difficult to self-motivate, only managing average of about 10 hours a week, 10 hours of billable work per week. While this is actually an acceptable pace, it is hard to shake. It was hard to shake the guilt knowing that other people are working far longer and getting more done than I. By comparison, I felt lazy and incompetent. I try not to incriminate myself by comparing my life to guess it to others. To other people, to that of other people who seem more successful. I don't think there's much to be gained from such comparisons. Those though the temptation to look at how others are doing their thing look for clues on doing stuff right. It's called doing life right. In the lives of one's peers is difficult to suppress. So what happened in August? Once I felt trapped by never-ending projects and long lists of chores. Infinite. It has been very difficult to self-motivate while under this perceived parade of doom. And I only managed an average of 10 hours of billboard per week. Well, this is actually an acceptable pace. So fairly low. It was hard to shake the guilt. Hard to shake the guilty feeling arising from stemmed from believing other people were working far longer hours, maybe more done than I. By comparison, I felt lazy and incompetent. So I try not to incriminate, though on general principle, I try not to incriminate myself. So from down to the imagined life of other people who seem more successful is difficult to ignore. Anyway, so I was feeling trapped by those long-standing things. Today, as I review today I spent about 45 minutes reviewing everything I could remember unearth about last month's activities. The one I remembered off the top of my head was that I did a lot of boring video server work and didn't get much done. However, on review of what I actually did, there was quite a bit. It's in detail. It's pretty clear that I've done a lot of things. I did exceed my minimum billable hours for the month by a good 25%. Which is great for finances. The quality of the work I did was also, in hindsight, quite necessary for me to continue to work. And I made some new ways to document the code to make it even easier. Kitty. I started to slump down. I tried some new tools, a new editor, too, looking for ways to improve my workflow. Well, the project is still not done. In hindsight, I can see now that progress has been made. It just is that it's not done. And this feels like a lack of accomplishment, because I seem to crave completion over process. For the rest of the time, I bought cool stuff, cooked a bunch of new, started cooking again, increased my cardiovascular gym training, lost 10 pounds on a new diet that seems sustainable for the next few months. Evaluated the software and had tools, made several household improvements, quality of life improvements, talked with my friends, and had meaningful conversations. With friends. I think I'm living this part of my life as I want. It's just the feeling that nothing major is getting done or completing that has put me into this funk. There's also the lingering issue of not having other people to not collude to work and play with on my projects. And not knowing enough people locally who are sharing, who have the same mindset, the same compulsion to learn, improve, build, and share. I'm lucky to have the virtual chat room on Discord, which is become a small but very high quality or very reliable source of conversation around productivity, entrepreneurialism, desire, or pure ambitions, and shared life experiences. It's like we are all actually part of a cool little company. But supporting each other, though none of the work is really shared. The link to the Coworking chat room. Actually, I can just type it in. http://davidsay.com virtual coworking. So there are two critical insights. Two feelings of reality that are here. The two conflicting versions of reality. Let's call it past reality. The nothing got done feeling. And I did a lot of other interesting things, but feel guilty because nothing got done on the other project. In truth, quite a lot got done on both projects. And there's no reason to feel guilty or judged. Sure, there are reasons that one could come up with to judge me. But deep down, external judgments don't really bother me as much as I thought they might. One good example of this is my ongoing fingernail polish expression experiment. I'm exploring personal identity. And the idea of expressing and by trying out things that are outside my comfort zone, but appealing. Let's see, do I even have a picture of these? I guess I can take a new one. Let's see, where's my phone? I am gonna go get my phone. I will be right back. Phone, where's my phone? Or rather, my camera. Phone, where are you? There you are. Are you charged? Alright, so we gotta take this picture. So, let's see. I guess you need to get the cat to take the picture. Maybe I could do this. I don't want my phone to fall into like a cup full of water. So let's see, if I put the phone like this, and then I put my nails down here, or maybe I had to do it like this. Like this. I'm not getting enough light here though. This light's kind of green looking. Now we're gonna do this. There's like a timer on this, right? 10-second timer. There is the this the nails chipped though. So 6. No, don't move, cat. That works surprisingly well. Too bad this light's so green looking. Cat, what do you want? So I can just grab this picture. No, that's my... I can actually share this thing. No! Cat's pressing buttons on the keyboard now and fucking everything up. Damn it, cat. Yeah. You can sit over there for a second. Let me set up the NDI. I know, I'm ignoring the kitty. It makes me a bad person. So right now I am turning on NDA monitoring. Actually, that's not what I want, is it? Actually, I just want to do this. I want to go to Dropbox, share this photo. Let's take a while to upload. I'm not even sure what it uploaded. So if I go back to my screen view, and I go to, where would this be? Dropbox, camera uploads. Yeah. This is the one in Photoshop. So I've lost my video feed thanks to the dumb cat. So yeah, so let's make sure the audio is still working. It looks like we're still streaming. Or are we? No, it looks like we lost the feed. Damn it, cat. Let's corrupt that. So what I'm doing here is I'm just doing some quick color adjustments. I think that's fine. I want to do something cool with this. No, let's just save this. I was like brightened it all using a cheap trick. JPEG 60%. Looks like my nails look terrible. And this can just be this is 900,000 by 1,000. It doesn't need to be this big probably. Look how that nail's all messed up. Let's see, let's save this to, I need to save this to my images folder. So I haven't saved anything for a while. So today is 9/9. Let's pretend nails. I guess that's okay. I could maybe rotate it. Image rotation clockwise. Although this angle looks more interesting. Okay, that's fine. It's not saved. So we saved an image. Anything else that's in here that might be interesting to illustrate the? I think I could put in some. Well, so these are a lot of. Documentation photos, or like these are things with a gym. I'll take a picture of the machine when this is a record for how far I've been going. Yeah, I think those won't be a lot that's there. Let's finish this thing up. Getting close. How long has this been? It's been it's almost 2.5 hours. I was hoping I would get this done in 2 hours, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. I'm done. There are reasons. Sure, there are reasons I could think of. are reasons that I'm trying to say here. There are people could come up with plenty of reasons to judge me. But deep down, I seem less susceptible to them these days. One example of this is the findings from my fingernail polish experiment. But appealing. It's not a traditionally masculine thing to wear nail polish. So I was a little concerned about it. I was really nervous about what people might say. Or so far, though, not even my friends have commented on it. They just figure it's something I'm doing. Strangers haven't said anything. Except for so far, though, only one friend asked about it. Everyone else just seems to take it in stride. I'm sure they see it, but the lack of reaction has me thinking that, hey, I can get away with a lot more than I thought. I'm not being judged and rejected or mocked in a way I fear. In the way that I feared. This has given me some confidence. It has given me a surprising boost in confidence. So what am I saying here? Let me read this again. So there are, how do I keep missing these words? So there are two conflicting versions of past reality that I see. The no kind of thing. I did a lot of interesting but feel guilty because nothing done the other project. In truth, quite a lot got done on both projects. And there's no real reason to feel guilty or judged. That's coming from me. And it's not productive. Sure, people could come up with plenty of reasons to judge me, but I seem less susceptible to that these days. For example, this has been this resilience has been bolstered by findings from my ongoing fingernail polish experiment, in which I'm exploring personal identity issues, testing personal identity issues by trying out things that are outside my comfort zone. For it's not predicted to wear nail polish, and I was really nervous what people might say. So far, though, only one person asked about it. Everyone else just seems to take it in stride. I'm sure they see it, but the lack of reaction and the feared for of rejection, judgment has not yet come to pass. This has me thinking, hey, I can get a lot more than I thought. And I like nail polish. I like nail polish. It's a whole new world of color and technique, which is the sort of thing I like. So having said this, where am I going with this article? So hindsight, got cool stuff and lingering issues, having a virtual shares, blah blah blah. Fine naces. How did that not get spell checked? Alright. These are lies. These are lies my brain are telling me. In truth, quite a lot got done. Not projects in both areas. And there's no reason to feel guilty or judged. That's coming from inside of me. It's not productive. It's not a productive mode of thinking. Sure. I like the I even like the feeling of trying to adorn myself with some marker of oddness. After all, it's the odd creative people that I most like hanging out with. People who like my nail polish and are probably more likely to be compatible souls, I think. Actually, I don't know. Perhaps people? Or being and so I can go move and talk about those other things and That's what I'm talking about. Oh. Conclusion 1. Assessment. Month review. Assessment. Let's see, this is directive. So after the assessment, quite a lot got done in both areas. Conclusion. Looking back at my initial, at last month's directives, okay, this is a new area. What did I say about the new directives? See, so do I double this? Oh, I think I wrote that already. From above. Some tenties. Let's see. Now let me visit last month's directives again. They were, as I said above, these directives were designed to reconnect yourself with people, which I thought was the issue. I have a new theory that's related that I'd like to try. I think people are not reliable enough, speaking generally, to count on as a resource in my ongoing journey. I think that I can't count on finding people. Speaking in general. As a sustaining resource in my current phase of projects. I've been holding out, and hoping that something might happen, but this is foolish. Instead, I will remain open possibility of meeting others that can engage with me on projects the way I'd like. But there is more responsibility I can take on. First, what did I say? This is something I wrote up here. Confidence, self-leadership, and conviction. There are three personality traits that I want to focus on, want to build up. Confidence. And building up. Confidence. The nail polish expert told me that people don't go out of their way to express their judgment. And to judge you publicly. Which implies that it's not a big deal most of the time. I find that I even like having a bit, being a little bit mysterious, daring, and that I was showing a part of myself that others might not dare to. I can be less constrained about what I think and do. It's funny. I mean, self-leadership. Accepting leadership. Well, I desire camaraderie on my journey of discovery. My entrepreneurial journey, let's say. The truth of the matter may be that loneliness is an essential, is the natural state of things. It's been said in the the business world community, that leadership is an isolated and lonely place. In my own self-directed action, self-directed, self-benefiting action, I think the same may apply to me. Probably applies. I am my own counsel. I am my own boss. No one will be here with me at this stage. Here on the bridge. And executive suite. Because everyone else has their own thing and are outsiders who don't have my big picture. So, accept the isolation. Conviction. Conviction. To lead myself, need to know that I'm doing the right thing. And my faith has wavered over the past month because of my feelings of isolation and lack of camaraderie. Now that I am rolling this out, this as a desired goal, now that I'm accepting the mantle of self-leadership, I can trust myself again. And I've locked down and give less emphasis or less weighting to unsolicited commentary on what I'm doing. The kind of conviction I have is that I am doing the right thing the best I know how in the moment. I am good at that. may not be the right thing to do for all time, but it is but my decisions, the best decision I could make. Given what I know and given that's all conviction is for me. Even if I'm proved wrong, even if it turns out the decision had a negative outcome, an action. Conviction is about doing the best action in the moment, not about armoring oneself against future government. I know what I like. I know what I know. I know what I can do. And I know what's hard. I can trust my brain to analyze problems and find solutions. I don't need other people to tell me that. If I come across someone who can help, that's a great resource. Likewise, if I can help someone else, that's another bonus. I will re-emphasize moving forward. So those are the directive parts, those are the things. For my immediate goals, need to get out from under that feeling that these projects will never end. That I'm blocked from expressing myself. The first big goal is finishing the video server work as quickly as possible. This is the priority. I can put aside everything else and just make this work. Once that is done, the project is effectively over for me, and I can switch to other work. After getting the video server done, the next project is creating my new website system which will be long and difficult, but it is also feasible, and I will learn a lot. This will be solo path once again, but as I said before, I have all the skills and abilities to figure it out. I said that I'm removing people from my needs. Did I say this, by the way? Today, I have changed my mind and have a new working theory. I can't count to find people as a sustaining resource current phase of projects. This will take longer and require a lot of outreach. I've been holding out. I've been hoping. Well, this is wishful thinking and not something to build a plan on. I think it is essential to have this kind of personal relationship, and I do have several. But it's not I don't think it's necessary to have it as part of my business, my entrepreneurial, my short or my medium-term entrepreneurial goals. If I can convince myself that I said, or mean, was opposite to meeting others that can engage with me in projects. That will what do I mean by this? I'm not counting out. I'm no longer counting on it. And I'm promoting these 3 character traits to command. From secondary, from their previously secondary role under the old direction. So I'm cutting people out. It would be great to have people working directly with me on my project work. But as I said, it's just not feasible at the moment. It's more important, I think, to rely on myself and do those things that have value. I can still hang out with people and talk and have interesting conversations. But that recharge my batteries. I just don't expect people to understand what I'm doing. Anymore. And have decided that this is probably the way it should be. That's my theory. That's my working theory. Anyway. Next. I have changed my, I have a new working theory. Assessment, rebuilding. Redirected energy. Tangible goal setting. Conclusion. This is the to summarize the following. Acknowledging that I've been depressed about my project progress and lack of connection with people on those projects. To summarize, I am acknowledging that I've been depressed. I originally have been working to establish improved connection with people in a variety of ways to elevate my energy levels. However, my new working theory is that people are just not a reliable resource to count on these days. Reliable, available resource. That can connect with what I'm doing. It's wishful thinking. And the more I think about that lack of connection, the worse I feel. My new meta is that I don't need people to tell me what to do, how to do. I don't need people as much as I need, as I thought, inside of my entrepreneurial processes. People can be friends and recharge my energy by being good counsel and supportive, as well as me acting in kind to have a greater community. But leadership, however, leadership in my own projects is not dependent on having those connections, because leadership is essentially a lonely position. When one must objectively pursue a project. No one else has the big picture, unless I spend time onboarding people into it. At this phase of my work, that is not going to happen, unless, except for sheer luck. Predictably. My new meta is this. So then lastly I said, for now, to address the feeling of having endless projects and distant, intangible and distant rewards, I will just set deadlines and end them. If the project isn't achieved in a certain, if a personal project is achieved in a certain amount of time, it's killed. I trust that I will be able to bring it back needed, but there's no need to have it hanging around crying for my limited attention. Set deadlines and end them. priority now are completing the video server work and then getting my new website system up. I can here's my chain of thinking and feature. Here's my chain of thinking. Now, for specific actions, I can still enjoy the many, many curiosity. Experiences I've had, and I shall no longer feel guilty. It's unproductive. In reviewing what what I did that non-work time, it was all highly interesting and informative. Or it helped me perfect a technique, or it gave me an idea about something cool. Gave me the idea for new cool things to make. This is with the new website, I will finally be able to capture all these things I'm learning and doing and share them effectively. So that's the plan. Thanks for reading. Are going well. All right, and that's the blog post. It's 3 hours and 15 minutes. Yeah. This is pretty long. How long is this? Let's paste this sucker in here. So what I need to do is go to this dashboard and go to posts, and then from posts, I never posted that, clone this, then let's edit this. This is view number 7. Down on conviction. Cutting out people. Images 17, 09, 09, what was it called again? Need to let's transmit. Nails. Nails. Where's the preview? Doesn't come out right. Alright, that looks good enough. Let's publish this. Because I have all the tags. And now we also now need to run the, say, update tool. Submit. It's taking a while to run. That's a setting. This is crashing. Or is it just slow? Okay, this took a long time. So now you should see this graphic. This text has changed. No, that's a graphic. I just haven't looked at it in a long time. So new Groundhog Day Resolutions has been posted. And it's about 3.25 hours, which is longer than I'd hoped. I feel like I should have another picture up here. Alright, I'm going to put some... Finally posted my Groundhog Day Resolutions number 7 post. And with that, I am finally done with this. So 3.25 hours. That's how I write one of these things. Does say they're not quick. I didn't even write a second. I didn't even do a draft of proofread draft on it because I'm just kind of exhausted. Well, I got that up there, and I think it's fair. It could be improved, the writing, but I'm going to reserve that kind of stuff for the new website. This blog format is just not working for me anymore. It just bugs me. At least all the stuff is here. Now I should add a more thing to this. Where is it? So scrolling down over here, I don't want the whole thing to be here. So edit posts. This month, review covers. My thoughts. In brief, this month has been a continuation of the depression from July. But I think my new working theory about personal connection relative to entrepreneurial entrepreneur ambition. The pursuit of my entrepreneurial ambitions may be the solution I'm looking for. With that change of mindset, different set of actions become apparent. So, okay. Update that, and I am calling this done. Alright, so let's view the post. It probably looks the same. And there we go. So, I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for watching. This is an example. I mean, this might be pretty boring for a lot of people, but this is an example, an archived example for how I do a Groundhog Day resolution. Some of you might find it interesting. So anyway, thanks. Have a good night. And I will maybe see you tomorrow, Sunday. I'm going to see the 25th anniversary showing of Wrath of Khan. So I don't know if I'll how much streaming that I'll do, but we'll see. So test this new theory of conviction.
Anyway, thanks. Have a good night. And I will
Let's do a 10-second count. Wait for this to finish.
the 25th anniversary showing of Wrath of Khan. So I don't know.